This is another edition of Star Trek 4. Today I'm going to be reviewing, something which isn't Star Trek. It's Twilight. I know I'm probably about 3.5 years late reviewing this movie. I think it came out in 2008, but I was always very reluctant to watch this movie because from what I've seen on the adverts and trailers for it, it looked really crap. But eventually my sister convinced me to watch it, so I thought, you know what, I'm going to give it a go, check it out, see what it's like. So it was Sunday night, decided, you know what, I'm bored, nothing else to do, I'm going to watch Twilight. Sat down, didn't have high hopes for the movie, and turned it on, stuck in the DVD player. I started to watch it, and as I predicted before the movie with my less than high hopes for it, it was complete and utter crap. Kristen Stewart playing Bella Swan cannot act. That's one major point in the movie. Robert Pattinson, Edward Cullen, that's who he plays in the movie. I apparently in the books he's meant to be serious and a big romantic, but in this he's nervous and acts like a twat, and you can't tell if him and Bella even like each other. You're like, do these guys like each other? Because the way they're acting at the moment, they're just like hanging out like friends. I don't know. It's like, does she? With Bella, you don't know if she actually likes Edward. There's so much awkward, like they're so awkward around each other. I don't know, but the relationship between them in the movie is absolute dog shit, to be honest. So she moves to this town, starts the new school, blah 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 blah, makes a few new friends, etc etc. Meets him, he smells her dirty hair or something, or maybe she didn't put deodorant on, and the fan blows it towards him and he starts like looking like he's gonna puke at the smell of her in the science lab, so he runs off. And at this time my sister actually came into the living room and said, "Oh, you're watching the movie, are you?" And I went, "Yeah." And she goes, "What do you think of it so far?" And I called Edward David by accident because from what I'd seen of him so far, even though we'd found out his name, I couldn't even remember it because it was just that bad. I was like, not his name, but just the movie and his character. I was like, yeah, are these guys meant to like each other? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, well, I certainly cannot tell that they are meant to because they just act extremely awkward around each other. He, how pale is this guy? Yeah. And I was like, okay. So he can't stand the smell of her because I'm guessing she just doesn't shower or something like that. But then eventually he comes back to school when it's a wet and dull day because he can't come out in the sun. Even though later on in the movie you find out he does go out in the sun, but instead of him burning or whatever normal vampires do, he sparkles in the sun, which I think is pretty gay, to be honest. But, you know, I guess that was in the books, but I don't really think that's very good. So they go on a school trip together. They argue a little bit. He rescues her from getting ran down, and then he tries to deny that it even happened, like she's some kind of idiot. That could be before the school trip, actually. I can't really remember. It's so poor. And then they move on to... So... Then... Well, really, I don't actually know how they start going out. Because from what you see in the beginning of the movie, they don't actually like each other, really, at all. He thinks she smells like shit and doesn't want to be anywhere near her. Unless it's a wet day. Maybe the rain acts as like, you know, something which cleanses her dirty smell, and she just acts completely suspicious of him, that's like from the first time she sees him. And what is with this movie and the slow-mo shots? It's like he comes into the dinner hall and she's like sitting with her friends, and it's just like goes dead slow, and she's like staring at him and he stares back, and it's like, yeah, okay. I If you're watching anything else, you'd be like, what the fuck is this slow-mo about? Like, Kristen Stewart is a terrible actress. Can she do more than one reaction on her face? Her teeth are always up a bit, out of her mouth a little bit. Don't ask me why. Does she smile? She tries, but, you know, you can't really tell. Is she angry? I don't know. Maybe, or is she just doing her normal face? God knows. Jacob Black. I'm guessing that's the werewolf guy, who turns out to be a werewolf guy. Yeah, he's alright, I suppose. All of Edward's family, meh, pretty shit. What's with the blonde one? Is like, well, not his real sister, but vampire sister, who just seems to hate Bella for no reason. Those vampires are like killing things, like killing humans, like normal vampires to get blood, and they are the bad guys. Whereas the vampires who like killing animals, innocent animals, are the good guys. I don't know. Um, I'm lost for words with how poor this movie is. I've got a top three bad movies. I can't remember my third one, but I know Jumpers is in the top three with Hayden Christian. That's a terrible movie. And Twilight's made it into the top three as well. So anyway, later on in the movie, they go and play some baseball. Blah blah blah. Play some Muse, super massive black hole. Kind of pointless scene. Has no relevance. Is it just to show off Edward's running abilities, or because we already know he can climb up trees? Oh, some guys try to rape Bella, and Edward jumps around like in his car and just scares them away. It's like, if I was them, I'd be like, "You're a pussy vampire. What are you gonna do? Go and kill an animal because you're pissed off at us?" Later on, this weird vampire gets the scent for Bella, and he chases her back to Arizona, and there's a pretty lame fight. Really, it's not much of a fight, to be honest. And then these good vampires just snap this other vampire's neck, who's just doing his natural thing of hunting his prey and burning the pieces, pretty much. And then there's some whole poison bit when Robert Pattinson sucks Kristen Stewart's wrist for about 5 minutes, and there's loads of gay flashbacks. And then they go to prom, and that's pretty much it, to be honest. I know it's a pretty shit review of the movie, but it's piss poor. This rank's really low. Am I going to watch the second one? Maybe. Depends how bored I am, or if I'm feeling suicidal. Maybe I'll have some gin, get a bit depressed, and turn on Twilight, so I can have a laugh about how bad it is, and make me feel better. That something's like just so bad that I can laugh at it when I'm drunk. It's I don't know. I'm lost for words with this movie. I know this is usually a Star Trek review site, but I just had to talk about this because it's just so bad. You know what? I am gonna watch the next one, and I think there's a third one as well. Shall I read the books? If you think I should, leave a comment underneath and tell me, and please subscribe to the page because I will do requests if anybody wants me to do any other kind of video or review anything. Just let me know and I'll do it. So thanks for watching Star Trek 4 this time, even though it wasn't about Star Trek, and I'll see you for maybe the next Twilight movie review, or hopefully an episode of Star Trek which is actually good. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe.